I can't wait to be emotionally destroyed and distraught. Off to the bookstore we go. I get on TikTok, not one good review. Good morning, girls. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth Ann, and welcome to today's video. I thought about doing another getting rid of screen time because I accomplished so much this week, but I realized when I was looking at my shelf and getting overwhelmed that I have way too many books on my physical TBR that I need to get through. I do have arcs I need to get through, but anyway, that's gonna be the video this week. This week we are reading our physical TBR. I have actually so many books I would love to get to. And yeah, so the first one I pulled out is The Wedding People because I've been trying to reread this. I bought this a couple months ago along with Problematic Summer Romance, which I might start later. But I'm gonna start this one first. I have so many on these shelves that I want to get to. As you can kind of see, I pulled it out. I was kind of debating between Home Before Dark and The Wedding People. I also, in this vlog, would love to reread Great Big Beautiful Life. I would love to get to Loved One because I've had it on my shelf now since my birthday. So like 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 6 months. Is that right? I don't know. That's very mad. I think it's like way less than that. But anyway, and then I just like have a few, like, I would love to read Lost Lambs. I've put it off and put it off and put it off. This is a newer one that I like to get to, and I feel like I could definitely read it this week. It's a bunch of short stories. And then, I have another romance that everyone keeps suggesting. I have 831 Stories up there. I have 84 Charing Cross Road. And then I have How to Write a Love Story, but I'm saving it until the sun comes back out in Dublin. And then I have 2 David Baldacci's and a few other random ones that I've collected. So we're gonna attempt to get through some of that. My goal is I'm not gonna be like too harsh on myself because I read so much in the past week, 7 books in 7 days. But I would really like to get through at least like 3 or 4. I think it's doable. And once I get through at least 3 or 4, I will reward myself because I have a book that Maddie and everyone else on the internet has been talking about that I really would like to read. And then I have new releases coming out next week. So anyway, we'll get to that eventually. And let's just get into the video. First, before we go further, I'm going to tell you guys about the book. The 7th book I finished, but I didn't finish before I uploaded and edited the last vlog. So I did end up doing 7 books in 7 days for replacing my screen time with reading. You guys, I'm sorry. Like, I'm literally going through menopause. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm like actually so hot. It's because I just took a hot shower and my window's closed currently. And I'll open it in a minute. I am kind of scared I'm gonna get this like color stain on my body because it's so bright and I didn't wash it before I wore it. I literally just took the tags off right now. Anyway, I have a bunch of laundry that I'm going to probably do today. Like maybe whenever I get back from the cafe. Anyway, I want to talk about this for the obvious reason. Like obviously I want to give you my thoughts just in general. But I am shook. First of all, I'm matching the book today. You guys know I picked this up probably a week ago now. Actually less than a week ago. Is that right? I don't know. Time's blending together like insanely. Also you guys, I booked a trip to London. Like I could actually cry. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. I thought about like, I was like, I really want to go to Monet's Gardens and I want to do Paris, but then I was thinking about it and I was like, no. I want to go to somewhere I feel comfortable and I love, and I know it's going to be a great trip. I know I'm going to get to be able to see my bestie, my soulmate, Zachariah, and I have another friend in London that I'm going to text and see about meeting up. Okay, anywho, what was I going to say? Oh, and I already have like itinerary going. I'm very, very, very excited, and I'm staying in a really fun area that I've never stayed before, but I did go quite a lot when I lived there. Anyhow, we're going to London. It's gonna be so fun, so exciting. I wanted to buy it in 5 years. So I picked this up, like I said, within the past week or two from Alan Hannah's, and I think I'm gonna go back because they had another book that I wanted to read, the one that I'm talking about that I will buy when I finish more of my physical books. Anyway, and all to say is I bought this book. I have been putting it off forever. I never really knew much about it. I just knew it was like a time magical realism type book, right? And then on the cover, it says, this is a love story, but not a love story, it's expecting. So I'm thinking, okay, like it's gonna be crazy. So I start reading and I was absolutely blown away. I legitimately read everything except for the last 10 pages in one sitting. That's right. That is correct. I sat in the cafe yesterday and literally I read it. They started closing. Well, to be fair, they weren't closing it. People were still coming in, but they were putting up the chairs. And so I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and leave because I don't want to be rushed the last 10 pages. Anyway, so I came home and finished it. And oh my gosh. It is this beautiful story. It is about love, but not in the way you think. It's really the story of love between two friends and really deals with like timing and timelines and like having everything planned out to a T in your life and what happens when a big life event out of your control crashes all of that, and what you thought you wanted in life isn't what you want or need. And God, it was beautiful. I loved it. So I finish it. I get on TikTok, get on social media last night to see like what are the girlies saying about it. To my surprise, I get on TikTok, not one good review. I mean, I'm talking 5-star feeling. The ending, like the last like probably like 50 pages, it did feel, or not even 50, but the last, like the ending of it felt a little like the pacing was a little off and it was a little rushed. But I mean, if that had not happened, it would have been a 5-star for me. I rated it 4.75 because that really was my only issue. People who were hating it said they hated the main character and like it didn't make sense and blah blah blah. Then I saw people complaining that about it being classified as a romance, which I'm not really sure if it is classified as a romance. Anyway, I absolutely loved it. I cannot recommend it enough. It was the perfect escape to New York too. Like there were things in there that I was like, oh, let me add that to my maps. Anyhow, so I loved it. I cannot recommend it enough. I've always loved Rebecca Serle. I loved One Italian Summer. People hated that one too. I loved what was your last one? Once and Again. It's set in Malibu and New York actually. But yeah, anyhow, those are my thoughts. Loved it. Enough chatting. Off to the bookstore we go. Hi girls. I'm about, I would say maybe like a little more than halfway in my reread for The Wedding People. I'm actually so tired right now, so I don't know if anything I'm going to say is going to be able to be put into this video. But I am loving it just as much as I loved it the first time and stand by my rating so far, which I think I rated at 5 stars. And even though it was like one of those viral books, it is one of them that actually deserves all the hype around it. It is such a beautifully told story and I just love it. Since I read it and rated it 5 stars, I think I've suggested it to everyone that will even listen to me for 5 seconds. So this is your sign. If you have not read The Wedding People, go pick it up. It's also your sign, like sometimes the books that you're avoiding most that are like viral or book talk famous, sometimes are good ones. This one being one of those. Hi girls. Wow, that's crazy. My hair is like absolutely insane. Like level, like I don't even know what level insane. I realized that I haven't picked up the camera and like talked to you guys to let you guys know what the updates on the books were. Okay, let's get into it. We're 2 books in. I finished The Wedding People and I listened to Rick Ross's new book yesterday. So it's not in the challenge, but it did get finished and it was really good. My mom texted me yesterday saying like she had watched him on the Today Show. So anywho, yesterday was a big pub day. It was June Baby, which if you guys, I'm pretty sure I did a video dedicated to it, but if you guys have not heard me blab about June Baby, I think it's like probably my favorite book of the year. It's really hard because I've read so many good books. It's definitely top 3. I would say it's my favorite new release of the year, but I would say it's like top 3. Like it's right there with Dolly All the Time, and I don't know, there's so many good ones. But also say is I absolutely adored that book. It was so cute. Anyway, that came out yesterday, and so did The Last Page, which is another one I really enjoyed. If you are like a bookish person and love like book lovers, it's a New York City centered like bookish rom-com romance book. It's so cute. I absolutely loved it. Slow burn, takes place in a bookstore. It's kind of like a new version of You've Got Mail. I really enjoyed it. Or not a new version, but like inspired by You've Got Mail. Anyhow, it was really cute as well. But this came out, and then this week, what comes out next week? I can't remember, but I'll let you guys know. Oh, 831 Stories. I just talked about it a couple weeks ago. That one comes out, and then The Shippers comes out, and then the next week, I think, is Annabelle Monaghan's. Anyway, the point of the story is I'm here to talk to you about the other books. Okay, Wedding People. It was just as good the second go around. Like, I can't believe that there's any feedback that's not good about this book. I understand why it went viral the first time. And I remember why I recommend it to everyone I know, or everyone that asks. I think it's such a good book. And I also forgot that it's told in third person. I don't like third person. If there was only critique, that would be it. But I think it is just, it's such a beautiful blend. And it gets me every time. Okay, I've decided I don't care about this double chin because I can't hold you guys up any longer. But basically, we follow Phoebe, who's the main female character. Her husband has just like had an affair, and she's had this whole issue going on the home front. She's gone to this very bougie resort to end her own life, and when she gets there, she gets mixed in with the wedding guests. There's a wedding, and she wasn't supposed to be able to rent a room, but somehow she rented a room. And I forgot to say, it takes place in Newport. And she develops like an unlikely friendship with Lila, who is the bride. And it's just like this beautiful story of like self-discovery, refinding herself. Obviously, she doesn't go through with the aforementioned, and it's got humor. I said the first time I read it, like it is the perfect balance of like humor, and there's a lightness about it while also covering these very heavy, very hard topics. And you know, it's just like a story about love and loss, and you know, finding yourself after these huge things happen to you in life. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. It's so good. I keep forgetting. I'm pretty sure it's been picked up for a movie. I can't remember, but there's so many adaptations right now. I'm pretty sure it's been picked up for a movie, or at least like the rights of it. Anywho, back to the story. I also started Off Campus. It's so good. Like, TV is so back. I am so happy with how it's been so far. Hate that my husband Steve is playing the villain in the story, but I will have to look past it. Anywho, next book is, there's really not much to say about Rick Ross's book, Other than I was very excited. Rick Ross, every time I went to the back way to Atlanta or I went to the airport, I would pass his, well, I was going to say house, but it's not a house. It's, wait, what's it called? The Promised Land. It used to be Evander Holyfield's, like, mansion, but now it's Rick Ross's. It's this huge estate, on one of the highways in Fayetteville where I used to live. And it was always, like, really cool to pass. Anyway, the point of the story is my mom texted me yesterday and said he was on, like I said, the Today Show. And I was like, you know what? I could listen to his memoir. So I listened to it while I was doing things and writing and stuff yesterday and working out. And it was really good. I mean, I didn't know much about Rick, but the memoir itself is kind of on the idea of, like, being in a rut and, like, creatively not knowing what your next move is. And he kind of, like, goes through the different ideas. He had a book deal and he was going through the different ideas he had to make the book about it and how he was in, like, this rut, and also simultaneously was kind of having, like, a midlife crisis. And yeah, it was really good. I can't believe we're already 2 books in. I did text Maddie and she was like, please, dear God, if you do not read problematic summer romance, I'm gonna come by you. I don't think those were her exact words, but, you know, it's same. Anyhow, I'm gonna try to pick that up, see if I can get into it. If not, I'm gonna start reading Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. And yeah, I've been in my thriller era. I really want to read some more thrillers. I'm also very upset because none of the bookstores here have the books I wanted to read. Oh, also, I just got notification that my package has left the UK, like, gone through customs. So that means my package might be here by the end of the week with Into the Blue, which I just can't wait to get my heart pulled out, broken, trampled on, and then put back in. Anyhow, okay, well, I'm gonna stop talking. I love you guys. Look what they had. Oh my God. Freaking out. Hi, girls. What's going on? Not even staring at the right spot. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Today was low-key a fail at filming. I was very overwhelmed. It was very busy, and I had a lot going on up here, and I was trying to get home to write. Okay, so accomplished some things, did not accomplish other things. Thing I did not accomplish, reading a book. Second thing I did not accomplish. Actually, technically, I guess I did finish a book today, but second thing I did not accomplish, not buying a book. Third thing I did not accomplish. Well, there's probably a lot. Fourth thing that I did not accomplish, my caffeine cutoff. I've had way too much caffeine today, like, legit. I'm sitting here thinking, like, holy shit. I had 2 coffees, finished my my second coffee around noon, left, got a croissant, went and got a matcha because my sugar was kind of dropping and I've been wanting to try this, like, specific matcha. I was like, it's got sugar in it, I'll grab it. Had that. First of all, divine. We'll be going back. Second of all, like I said, I go back. I ended up going and getting, like, a late lunch. I think it was like 2 when I ate. And then I had a matcha with my lunch. And to be honest, it was really good. So I don't regret it. But then I also was about to fall asleep. Like, what is going on? That's so much caffeine. About to fall asleep. I had to go get a Coke Zero on the way home. I just did it. I had a change in my purse and I did it. Okay. Anyhow, let's get into what went down today since I did a absolute shat job of recording. Also, actually, before we get into that, I'm going to try to say this, like, as quickly as humanly possible. You guys, I might edit this out because first of all, you probably don't even care. And second of all, one thing about me is in another life, I was a lawyer. I don't want to be a lawyer. Don't want to go to law school. Don't want to argue with people. But law itself and history itself and the history of law, it's so interesting to me. Anyhow, the point of the story is I come home, I'm sitting there writing a pretty traumatic situation that happened in my life. I get the notification. What is that? Oh, that's Alex Murdaugh's double unaliving conviction overturned. Right. Of course. Of course. Right. So another topic that I discuss a lot with my friends that are not from the South, is the good old boy system. Like, could write an essay on the good old boy system. Maybe you should write a book on the good old boy system. Man. You hate to see it. I can't. There's nothing I despise more than the good old boy system. If you're from the South, you know what I'm talking about. Money and power can get you out of anything. So, any hoosies, there's that. Like, what do you mean? I'm sorry. What do you mean? So, he's going back to trial. Conviction's overturned. Insane. Anyhow, moving on to happier pastures. I did, in fact, buy 2 books that match my outfit today. Okay, so first of all, this is what we were going out for. Only thing on my agenda to buy. Second of all, I was told that there was a very cool bookstore in Ireland you need to go see. Said it was at one place in Dublin. That was a parking garage, so I don't know if it ever existed or like what the dealio is, but we did not go to that bookstore. We did, however, go to Hodges Figgis, and I am happy to report I am 1 book away from $10 off. So, I don't really know what to say about that. So, to be fair, these are 2 books that I was going to buy within the next few weeks. This one I'm reading, like, legitimately matches my shirt. Reading for, like a certain video that will be coming soon-ish, hopefully. Now that I'm saying it, I am now realizing that this is also for another video that'll be coming out soonish. This is not supposed to be out. I am not supposed to have this in my hands. I don't know. This is probably the earliest I've gotten a book over here. But all the bookstores I go to over here, all the books, like, I think just as soon as they get them in, they put them out. I don't think they really adhere to the, like, standards and the hard publishing dates. So I got Phoebe Berg. I always want to say Berg. Berman's gonna lose it. Very excited for this. I've heard amazing things. I used to listen to Brooke and Connor's podcast, and yeah, I'm excited to see how this is. And I love the cover. Anywho, whenever it has a quote from Lila Sage on the front and a quote from Annabelle Monaghan on the back, I know it's going to be a good one. So I read, like, the prologue, I think. I legitimately, my mom called me at lunch, so I got distracted. I didn't read much more. Gonna read it for another video, as I've discussed. I'm a little delulu right now, if you guys really can't pick that up. Anywho, so that was a book that I was planning on buying in 2 weeks, but we've got her early, and we're gonna have a reading vlog to go with it, so that'll be amazing. And you might be wondering, like, how'd it go with Riley Sager? How'd your day go? It went horrible. I've not read 1 page in this book. So, yeah. Still no more books I've read today, but I did write a lot. Felt good. I'm going to a sound bath in probably now 20 minutes, so I need to charge my phone and eat my dinner. But while I was out, I looked before I went. This isn't necessarily the one I wanted to get, but I heard good enough things about this. It's a Korean skin beauty eye serum, and I needed it remember guys, I bought the patches and had no eye patch. I bought these eye patches. You need the eye cream to go with the eye patches. They didn't have those eye patch. I mean, that eye cream. Plus, it was like $50. So I got this one to try out. I've never used eye cream before, but we're going to try. I thought about getting the Sunday Riley because I really enjoy Sunday Riley products. But once again, was not in our budget. Last but not least, I was out. And I like to say, you know, it's my dad's fault that I'm as bougie as I am because my dad's the one that got me hooked on this freaking soap. God, it smells so good. And they just rebranded. I love L'Occitane so much. So I got a little refill. That should last me for a while. And then I got a few free samples. And now we're at 5 minutes of me talking. Okay, we're not taking the free samples out. That's too complicated. Okay. I think that's all I have to say. I'm going to go eat my dinner and go to a sound bath and come back and read. I kind of want to stay up reading all night. Oh my God, we didn't even talk about off campus. You guys, just when you thought you were going to get rid of me, I did in fact watch Off Campus in a day. Actually, half a day. Isn't that insane? Yeah, it's pretty insane. It's okay, I'll answer. Yeah, so that was pretty crazy of me, but I do have to say it is really good, and the parts that they changed from the book, I actually didn't mind that much. My only like true beef I had was whenever Hannah kisses, well, it ends up not being Dean. They switched it from Dean to, who'd they switch it to? I'm having a brain fart. Whatever, I'll put it on the screen. So they switched who she kissed. Also, it was like in the first episode, maybe the second episode, it felt like a little soon. It felt like a little too soon. But overall, so good. I'm actually very pleasantly surprised. And I hope this means I'm going to be pleasantly surprised when the Every Summer After book comes out as well. So I'm going to go now. Love you guys so much. And I'll chat whenever I read another book. I'm going to go now. Love you guys so much. I will be continuing this vlog. It's supposed to be a bookish day in my life. It's going to have to be a few bookish days because I vlogged pretty much nothing. Okay. Also, there was a very beautiful man in the bookstore today that I made eye contact with. Wow. She's so brave. And it did remind me that, like, maybe I should put on a full beat when I leave the house. Right. You don't wear a full beat for a few days and you forget. Oh. Right. That might be how you get a husband. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Love you guys so much. Wow. I mean, look at that. Yep. It's gonna be that. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Hey. Okay, I got my answer. It was not working. Hi, guys. How we doing? I actually can't believe that there's a world that I lived without wearing these leggings. I will literally never go back to anything other than Adenola leggings. Anywho, after yesterday, I realized maybe I do need to be putting on makeup. So I put on makeup. It's raining on and off, I think, today. My makeup's a little orange. Don't look too close. I'm going to put you guys right there. I really have no true updates. Yeah. I haven't done 1 ounce of reading since we last chatted. I have been reading an arc that I was gifted. I think that's really basically it. I'm gonna put a tank on and then put a big sweatshirt on, and we're gonna go grab some lunch next door. And we're gonna go grab some lunch, do some reading, and hopefully get through. I picked up Lost Lambs because I just finished binging Off Campus, which, by the way, absolutely adored Off Campus. I'm gonna be so honest, like, the mixture of binging Off Campus and, like, the nostalgic of it for me, and then also the stuff I'm writing about right now is just, like, it's a little much, but I've been putting off like what I'm writing right now for a really long time, and I think it's something important for me to share. So I'm not gonna stop writing it. That is what resources are for. And it's been something I've always like wanted to share and talk about. So right now I'm writing about it, and we'll see. Maybe one day you guys will read it. Anywho, I also need to get back into writing something else that I was working on like months ago at this point that I kind of just like let drift away. And what else? Really, my only plans for the rest of the day, which isn't that much, is to read and go get a croissant or something from the cafe. So let's go do that. Today originally I was gonna wake up early. I was gonna go do a morning walk, get out of my head, and then I didn't sleep that well. So here we go. Yeah, anywho. All right, I don't really have anything else to say. Good morning, girls. I finally started using the new eye patches. Hi. I don't even know what time it is. I think it's... Oh, I was right. I was gonna say I think it's 11:30. It is 11:38. I have sort of hit like a mini slump. I think I've just gotten like overwhelmed by how many books I want to read, how many books I have a lot of books that I need to go turn in to the bookstore. It's another very Irish weather day. It's sort of like raining on and off. But I did sit down and start Lost Lambs, and I'm really enjoying it. It is, I'm on page 57. Honestly, I've just stayed laying down and read this probably in like a few sittings, maybe even one sitting, but I'm loving it so far. Anywho, what else? There's no updates. I have been reading a NetGalley, so I guess this video sort of turned into like more what I'm reading in a week as a booktuber, less reading my physical TBR in a week, but we will see where we get. I am also trying to film or pre-film a video. Where's that? 2 videos. Oops. Yeah. Whoopsies. Trying to pre-film reading Brooke Averick's book. Oh my god, I just got that on my eye. And then, what was the other pre-film? There was something else that I was trying to film, and I can't remember. Anywho, so I will update you guys when I have more book updates, but I'm loving it so far. Hi girls. Lighting's not great, but I'm back from my day. It's now like 7 o'clock. I'm about to charge my phone, change, and go do a quick little workout. I don't think I'm gonna do like that much. Hi. I did something insane today. Hold on. I left, oh wait, this has my address on it. So I'm not even going to show you, but I left the bookstore with a $10 credit. Spent no money on books. I did spend money on food while I was out, but, you know, had to. Hi. Okay, I wanted to check in because I just sat down and planned out content for the next like few weeks, like probably like 3 weeks. And I'm here to talk about books. I realized I unboxed my very special book on TikTok, not for like the vlog. So first of all, today I finished Lost Lambs, finally. I need a thumbnail. Yeah, so I finally finished Lost Lambs. I've had this on my TBR for so long, since I came back from America. I bought this when I was there. And originally I was like, oh, I like this cover so much more. And I do really like this cover. But I gotta be honest, the UK cover is really cool. Anyhow, so that's that. One of the videos I have to film is Into the Blue. I finally got Into the Blue. I absolutely was beaming when I got this in the mail. I've been waiting. I ordered it from the Saucy Bookstore in London because I could not find it anywhere in Ireland. I don't think it's here. And I looked on the inside and this says in UK only. So I'm gonna guess that it was not like sent out here. I'm not really sure. Well, that's weird because it has like an Ireland address in here, but whatever. Anyway, I cannot believe that I finally have this book in my hands. I will be filming a separate video for Into the Blue, and then I'm filming a third separate video, which I've already talked about it, but you guys know already about that this week. Anyhow, very excited to see how I feel. I've been told it's going to destroy me, so I can't wait to be emotionally destroyed and distraught. Okay, so let's go over the books we've finished in this video. We finished In 5 Years. We finished, which technically wasn't a part of this vlog, but we randomly picked up Rick Ross's memoir or like new book. We read Lost Lambs. What is that, 3? And then what was the other one I read? Why am I having a brain fart? I can't remember. Hold on. The Wedding People. I mean, come on, girl. Let's get into it. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to show you, I think what I'm going to pick up next is Problematic Summer Romance. I'm probably not going to finish it in this vlog, but I am going to start it. So yeah. I've also been reading, also this vlog turned into what I read in a week as a booktuber and not reading my physical TBR because I only read 2 books on my physical TBR. So, anyhow, it is what it is. I am also reading an arc, but I'm only about like 20% in, but I am really enjoying it. It's by the author, I think her name's Liana. She wrote Piggy and Daisies on Sundays, which everyone seems to love. I've not read it yet. I do have it on my Kindle as well. Anyhow, okay, well, this might be the end of the video. Might not. I'm not really sure. Love you guys. If it's the end of the video, see you guys in the next video. I'm so excited. Guess what comes out this week? And guess who like hasn't been able to find it in store. Elsie Silver's new book. I'm so excited because it's Theo Silva's sister's love story. So anyhow, okay, love you guys.